What's going on, guys? Hope y'all are having a fantastic weekend. Well, it's Sunday, so that means it is time for another weekly rotation. And I can't believe that we're already on week number 12. This last week, I had a fantastic week in fragrances because I spent the entire week in the world of Zaharoff. So stick around and join me as we go over week number 12 of my Whiffs of the Week. Cue that intro. What's going on, my beautiful fragrance family, and welcome back to My2Scents. My name is Brian, and this is the show about boosting your confidence through the art of fragrance, becoming a lasting scent memory. So this last week in fragrance was actually inspired by George Zaharoff and Ross over at TLTG Reviews. Because last week they hopped in on my Instagram live that I was doing with Ken Scents, and we had a fantastic time. I have mad love and mad respect for George Zaharoff and Ross. We had a blast talking about fragrances and life, and actually we got to talk about one of the newest releases that George is coming out with, but we'll talk about that here shortly. So this week I want to get into the mind of George Zaharoff and all the Zed creators. I wanted to figure out the story behind each one of their fragrances and try to figure out what they put in it. That makes me want to keep smelling them. Before we get into the wishless, I want to give a quick shout out to the fragrance family. What's up, guys? Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Thank you so much for the continued love and support. It means so stinking much to me. And if you are new to this channel and this is your first time stopping by, then welcome. And I would like to take a quick second and invite you to join this stinking awesome fragrance family by hitting that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you stay in the know and you get notified every time I'm posting new content. Don't forget to throw me up one of these because it helps my algorithm, it helps me get my 2 cents out there. And also, drop me a comment down below. What were you rocking for your weekly rotation this last week? What are you rocking today? What is your scent of the day? Let me know. Drop me a comment down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s. Whiffs of the week. I don't know about you and where you live, but fall's definitely here in Tennessee. And it's freaking amazing. I love it. It's definitely sweater weather, and it's definitely time to start busting out those layered fragrances. So you're gonna layer up, you need fragrances that have multiple layers. And that is one thing I like about Zaharoff fragrances. A lot of them have a lot of layers, and the one that I went with on Monday was Signature Pour Homme. As I wore Signature Pour Homme throughout the day, I realized why I enjoy this fragrance so much. There's so much complexity to this, though it's not complicated. It's an amazing interpretation and expression of a confident, sophisticated man. A man that believes that he can take on any challenge, and a man that is always trying to be the best he can be. Signature Pour Homme has this amazing lavender in it. But it's not just lavender. There's so much more to this fragrance. You get some creamy sandalwood in the base. You're going to get a little bit of oud in there. Some nice spicy myrrh and incense. But the lavender that Claude Durr and George put into this is fantastic. It's a very luxurious fragrance. Though it's very fresh and spicy, it's also got a lot of depth to it. It warms up with some really nice resinous characteristics. But it also has a really nice sweet softness that flows through it with vanilla. I really enjoy Signature Pour Homme. After wearing it, I understand the method behind the madness for George. This is a fantastic fragrance. So all day that day, I wore Signature Pour Homme. So on Tuesday, I was feeling fresh. Yeah, that's right. Can you guess what fragrance I decided to wear? I'll give you a hint. His shtick is #FreshSquad. That's right, I went with Justin Copeland's Brass and Soul. Awesome collaboration. Not too many bottles left of this one, guys, so get it while the getting's good. This is a perfect representation of Justin Copeland. He's all about fresh fragrances. And not only is this one of the freshest fragrances that I think I have in my collection, it's so much more to that. It starts out with some mandarin orange. You're going to get some juniper, which creates this really nice kind of gin accord. So it's bright and cool, front and center. And then you get this aromatic bouquet of florals just coming in and creating this really nice soapiness. But once the heart notes start coming in and combining and correlating with the rest of the top notes, that's when it starts kind of warming up. And then it just keeps getting warmer, but that freshness continues through the entirety and the longevity of this fragrance. Like I said, this is probably one of the freshest fragrances I have in my collection. This and probably Prada L'Homme, though I would rock this over Prada L'Homme any day. Fantastic fragrance. If you have not gotten your nose on it yet, if you have not picked up your bottle yet, I would suggest doing it now. I don't know if they're doing samples. I'm not going to say blind buy this, but it might be your only option at this point. All day that day, I rocked Brass and Soul. So Wednesday, I was feeling a little dark, mysterious. So I went with Signature Noir. As I was wearing this fragrance throughout the day, I tried to really pick apart and try to get in the brain of George and figure out why he created this fragrance. And I think I got it. Signature Noir is for a mysterious man, a man out on the town, or also a man going out with his significant other for a nice dinner. This is a great date night fragrance. Though it is versatile, and it does sit closer to your skin so it's not overbearing or too loud, Signature Noir can also be a great office fragrance. It's quite versatile in that aspect. Now, this does have quite a bit of the same DNA as Pour Homme, but what Claude Durr and George did with this is they took some X's and Y's out from the original DNA and put some different X's and Y's in. This one has a little bit of citrus up top, and then it also has a lot more green and balsamic facets flowing through the heart and the dry down of it. It also has oud in it, but the oud is a little less detectable in this one, but it does kind of balance out a little bit of that dry down. It also has some creamy sandalwood in the base, but you're also going to get some added tonka bean. Definitely a confidence booster, and also a great one if you're looking at creating a lasting scent memory. So, all day that day, I rocked Signature Noir. So, Thursday, I went with what I consider the best unisex rose fragrance on the market, and that's Signature Rosé. I was so excited to see George was putting out a rose fragrance. I didn't know what to expect, because I didn't know if it was going to lean more feminine, if it was going to lean more masculine, but what George and Claude did is they nailed it. This is the perfect balance between masculine and feminine. It's completely a unisex rose fragrance. It's a rose fragrance for you gents who don't like rose. That's why I definitely suggest getting a sample of this and giving it a whirl, because it is so well balanced. The testosterone and the estrogen that were combined in to make this DNA works so splendidly. You get a little bit of sweetness from the rose, you get a little bit of jamminess, you get a little powderiness, and you get some earthiness. And all those combine to create this very versatile rose fragrance. But not only are you getting rose in this, there's some really nice opulent jasmine, you get some ambery characteristics flowing through. This really nice, kind of slightly smoky frankincense and myrrh, and then oud, because oud boosts your mood, and I freaking love how the oud is blended in this fragrance. Very long lasting. This is one that just kind of pulsates off your skin throughout the day. You think it's gone, and then it makes a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. So Thursday, I was rosé all day, baby. So we're on a Friday. I had a big day at work. I had a pretty big meeting I needed to attend, and I wanted to go with my favorite office fragrance, and it's business over pleasure. I understand the method behind Ross's madness with this fragrance. He wanted a fragrance that was perfect for business and for pleasure. Ross is probably one of the hardest working men that I know on YouTube. He's all about making the best content that he can. He is a hard working man. Not only does he have one channel, I think he's got 2 channels, and he does a full-time Instagram and TikTok and Facebook whilst still taking care of his family. That's freaking awesome. This starts out fresh and spicy. You get some really nice spices up top. You get this really nice citrus, and that also correlates very well with a beautiful, slightly powdery iris. I love the ginger that's in this. I love the dry down. When the Palo Santo wood comes rolling in, freaking love it. It adds this masculine depth and warmth to it. It's a nice transition from being at the office into, let's go kick it, man. Let's go get a beer. Day's over. It's Dunskies. Let's do this. I think Ross and George and Claude did a fantastic job with Business Over Pleasure. Another one of those that get it while the getting's good. There's not too many bottles left. So all day that day, I rocked Business Over Pleasure. Saturday, I went over to a buddy's house and helped him paint the outside of his house. It sucked. It was terrible. It was nice and cool out. So I went with a cool weather banger. That's a perfect date night fragrance, and obviously I wasn't on a date, but this is a perfect date night fragrance. And unfortunately, it's all sold out. It's the Siren. That's right. Curly Scents. This is my mom's favorite fragrance. She freaking loves the Siren. She wears it pretty much every single day. And I love rocking the Siren as well. This will definitely get some wear throughout the fall and winter because that's exactly what this is suited for. The Siren starts out with this really spiciness, and you're also going to get some booziness. And that booziness is coming from cognac. And that cognac correlates so well with this really nice kind of creamy almond. But the cognac gives it a little bit of like a mustiness to it, which also is coming from the leather that's in it, because it's kind of like a nice vintage leather. As it dries down, you get some nice woody vetiver, some nice dark dense green patchouli. It sucks that it's already sold out, but I totally understand why, because this is a phenomenal fragrance. Andrea, Gino Percantino, and George Zaharoff did a phenomenal job on this fragrance. Kudos to you guys. Kudos to selling out, because this is a phenomenal fragrance. All day yesterday, I wore the Siren. Sunday. And there's only one fragrance left in the Zaharoff lineup, and it's Signature Royale. I'm not going to say I left the best for last, but I'm going to say that I'm going to segue this into the new fragrances that George is coming out with. Right now, you can go over and pre-order Signature Tobacco. That's right, a tobacco fragrance. A classic yet modern take on a tobacco fragrance. And I cannot stinking wait until its release. I'm definitely getting my bottle. Let me know in the comments down below. You gonna pick up Signature Tobacco? Signature Royale still has that signature Parfum DNA. Though, again, X's and Y's taken out, X's and Y's put in. This is a little bit more fruity, sweet, spicy. And the fruitiness is coming from some citrus and also green apple. You're also going to get this added cardamom note in this to also give it just a slight spiciness. You're also going to have that lavender, that signature lavender. I hope that they use lavender in the tobacco. That'd be freaking awesome. This has some added white florals mingling with that lavender, and then in the dry down, you get this really nice kind of woody, musky base with some nice ambers flowing through it. Fantastic fragrance. Not the longest lasting on my skin. I only get about 6 hours, 6 good hours with it. Not the loudest projector, but I freaking love what it does. I wear this one a little bit more casually. Just like today, I'm just going to be casual. I'm going back over to my buddy's house to help him finish painting. But it's very versatile. You can wear it dressed up, or you can wear it casually. Let me know out of the Signature line which ones are your favorite, or if you haven't tried them, let me know which ones you are looking forward to trying. But all day today, I think I'm going to rock Signature Royale. I think he's also got a freshie he's going to be popping out soon. I don't know. I'll keep you guys on the know. There it is, guys. Week number 12 of my weekly rotation. It was a pleasure to spend a week in the world of Zaharoff. Fantastic fragrances all across the board. George is such a fantastic human being. He is such a caring and loving person in the fragrance community, and it shows, and it shines through his fragrances. So thank you so much, George, for your offerings. Thank you so much for all the Z creators. Again, that is it for me today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you are stinking beautiful. And until next time, happy scent trails.